More analysis now with Thomas Straubhaar from the Hamburg Institute of International Economics. A very long wait, as we heard there.
Absolutely. I mean, 10 years is an eternity for someone producing industrial goods, and Germany is an industrialized country, and that means that infrastructure is a kind of a precondition for growth and employment and further welfare. So I think we should have done much more in the past.
And besides speeding up, how much needs to be invested?
Much more than now, because we have about a fifth to a quarter of all public spending going to infrastructure, and I think this should be much more, and we should probably have a shift from consumption to investments. That means we should not give away the money to the voters just for making them happy with transfers or subsidies. We should probably think much more on further generations by investing public spendings in infrastructure.
Is this also a problem because of the East-West divide?
Yes, of course. I mean, after the German reunification, the eastern part of Germany has received the most modern infrastructure of the whole world. And so the money probably has then not gone to the western part of Germany, and so we see there a kind of a gap now to be filled.
But is it also a case that Germany's been living off its reserves?
Not necessarily. I mean, overall, the government, the public coffers, they have enough money, but they spend it in a way that they are rather short-termed and not in a long-run perspective. They use it just to make the recent generation happy and not the generations to come.
So you could say Germany is saving itself to death, and at a time when everyone's calling for growth in the Eurozone.
Absolutely. I mean, just to remain so strong as we are, we need the industry as a core, and industry means that it needs a kind of infrastructure on the most modern status and stage, and so railroads, roads, highways, other facilities are needed to keep this strength also for the European Union as a whole.
But we're not just talking about state investment, also private investment.
That's true. I mean, we have just seen that probably there should be alternatives to finance infrastructure. And I mean, in these times with so low interest rates, probably for private people, it may be of high interest to invest in infrastructure funds because they give you a kind of a yield that is stable and in these times rather attractive.
But does that mean private firms investing more here rather than abroad? We've seen some bad examples, ThyssenKrupp in Brazil, Deutsche Telekom in the US.
True, but we should not say do the one and leave the other one. We should do both. I mean, there is plenty of money around, there is a high liquidity around, and all people search for good investments, and infrastructure in Germany would be a kind of good investment.
Thomas Straubhaar, thank you very much for the analysis.